Welcome to the Stats on Stats Pod, yeah.
All right, insert banter here. Hey, Torrence, how you doing today?
Doing great. How are you guys doing?
It's a vibe. Are you wearing a purple jumpsuit?
No, it's navy blue.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. So, you got any cool plans this weekend?
I got Friendsgiving today, and then another kind of get together. We'll see if I make both, but
Do you cook?
yeah,
What you cook? You taking something to Friendsgiving?
I'm buying some stuff.
Oh, okay.
You gonna get one of them pies.
One of them, is it Patty?
Aretha.
I thought it was Patty LaBelle.
Patty LaBelle?
And I'm bringing beverages, strawberry lemonade,
Strawberry lemonade.
That's random.
Oh man, I thought you was talking about the adult beverages.
Water?
Yeah. Especial.
All right, so do you know what's about to happen before we get into the real questions?
Yeah, I believe so. The R&B.
All right.
Well, I got a question for you first though. Have you done a podcast interview or interview of this type before?
I have. I don't think it's. You guys look like you guys know what you're doing, so not as professional as this, but yeah, I've done a few.
So was the other one you did on FaceTime or something?
I mean, it was like no, they didn't have like producers and help and good cameras, and it was just me and them, and we're just cool too. Gotta start somewhere.
If I had him on my show before, I'd have been kind of offended because I don't have a producer.
Oh! No, you're your own producer, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's everything wrong with that.
Okay, so we're about to play a little game that we like to call That's My Jam, 90s R&B Edition.
There you go, just dance.
That's my dance right there.
All right, okay, so here are the rules. Anthony's going to play 4 covers of 90s R&B songs. I don't actually know what they are today, to be honest. But he's going to play 4 covers of 90s R&B songs, and you have until the end of the song to guess either the name of the song or the name of the artist. If you guess both, doesn't matter. I mean, because the points are the same, but it's a flex, I guess. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, random song number 1.
Before I let you go, can I get a kiss goodnight, baby? Before I let you go, can I get a kiss? Before I let go, before I let you go away, can I get a kiss goodnight?
Dang, Dre sounds so good.
Nothing?
Kiss goodnight.
Give him the buzzer.
It was a good try.
Context.
No, listen. So I'm very familiar with the Eric Bellinger version, but he remade this song.
All right, well, who is it? Because I don't know.
That's Blackstreet, isn't it? Before I Let You Go.
Yeah.
All right, that's news to me, too. All right, random song number 2.
Happy days are here, so leave your cares behind. Just relax your mind. It's so easy to do it. Just enjoy yourself. If the feeling's right, get your groove on. Take your time tonight. Everything's alright. Ain't nothing but a party. Dance, dance, dance. Clap your hands, hands, hands. All night. If you're in the mood, do what you wanna do.
I don't know this song.
All night.
Towards the end, I knew what it was. I don't know.
So like y'all stripping the music and just doing vocals?
Yeah, it's just covers because, copyright.
Man, I know this song, but I don't know this song.
Okay, it be like that sometimes. I don't know the song at all. So, Tiffany, who is it?
Faith Evans. I think it's All Night. Did you know the name of it?
I knew the song,
Yeah,
but I
it's
didn't
Faith
know, I
Evans.
couldn't think of who the artist was.
Anthony know the name of it?
Anthony.
You gotta know the name of it. He putting them on.
He's just picking them.
I'm just
Yeah.
picking random songs, guys.
All right, all
Evans.
right. I don't know what the song.
2 for 4. I'm claiming 2 for 4. Come on.
Let's
Yes.
go. Let's go.
All right, song number 3.
First thing Monday morning, I'm gonna pack my tears away.
I don't know this.
Got no cause to look back. I'm looking for me a better day. Yeah. See, the thing about love, that it's not enough if the only thing it brings you is pain. There comes a time when we could all make a change.
I know it.
Just let go. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Everything is gonna work out right, you know. Just let go. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Just let it go, baby.
I know this.
No idea.
I know who the artist is. I don't know the song.
The song is Let Go.
Is it? We don't know.
I didn't hear a buzzer.
I'm pretty
so.
sure it was Let It Flow.
Let it flow. Okay, can I? Who
Which is
sing?
it?
Look,
Which is it?
who
Just
sings?
let it flow.
It's Let It Flow.
Yeah.
I mean, we could kind of give him that, but okay. Is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, who sings Unbreak My Heart?
Oh, Tony Braxton.
Woo, give him the green light. Okay. Song number 4.
Teamwork.
Oh my, I'm feeling high. My money's gone, I'm all alone. Too much to see, the world keeps turning. Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day. Peace and blessings manifest.
You got it. You got it.
Okay, who is it?
It's Erykah Badu.
That's an E right there.
Hey.
Hey.
2 out of 4. You called it.
What's the name of the song though?
Hold on. On and on and on.
Hey,
Hey. All right. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Bring
If
it
it's
in.
your first time, welcome. If you already know the vibes, welcome back. I'm Jordan, aka Jay, aka The Chosen One, aka Big Stepper, and I'm here with 2 co-hosts today.
Yeah, I am Tiffany B, and we're excited that we have DEM Tech Folks with us today.
For another one, it's Rico, and I feel like I need a chain of aliases
You-
the next time I come.
Saint Leo.
Don't diss my school, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You went to, it's like, that's in Tampa, right?
Yeah, north of Tampa in St. Leo, and that's actually like the name of the area.
It's called Saint Leo.
It's St. Leo. Yeah,
I
St.
thought it
Leo.
was St. Petersburg.
No, that's no.
Whatever. Proceed.
Let's proceed. Let's.
Almost went there.
Did you?
It's a good school.
Yeah, I played basketball, so
Let's get into that for a second. What position did you play?
I was a shooting guard.
You were okay. Were you like actually good?
Some would say.
Okay. All right. Well, that's who is your team right now? Say the Sixers.
The Sixers.
I was kidding. Aren't they like last in the Eastern Conference right now?
They're close to it.
Yeah, they suck. No,
I just like to watch basketball. I got players I like to watch.
who's your favorite? Who? Okay, top 3.
I like to watch KD. I like to watch Kyrie, Irving, maybe Steph.
That's fair. I like LaMelo.
I think it's someone I like to watch more than Steph, though, but I don't have it on the top of my head right now.
I like to watch LaMelo. To me, he plays like he just doesn't care. Like in a way that's like he obviously wants to win, but he plays like he's just outside having a good time. Yeah. I like him. Yeah. And I like Jared McCain right now too, because I like the fact that he's like killing it, and now people aren't talking about his nail polish.
That's one way to get him off you.
Yeah, like at first it was like he's zesty, but now like nobody's saying that. Yeah, so I love that.
Okay, well, this is the show where we get to talk to leaders in the IT, cyber, technology spaces. Speaking of those leaders, we have somebody here with us today that we want to introduce himself to you. He's going to tell you where he's from. Well, of course, his name, but where he's from, what he does right now, and how long he's been in the tech space.
Well, I'm Torrence Evans. I'm a software engineer. I've been in my position about 8 months. I'm a self-taught software engineer, so I spent like 2 years teaching myself and graduating from boot camps and doing a bunch of things. So I'm also a chapter leader of Black Boys Code in Atlanta. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
It's a dope elevator pitch.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It leaves a lot to unpack.
Yeah. You want to start? Kick us off with some questions? Go ahead.
How'd you end up? So you say you self-taught, right? Don't laugh, but I used to put self-taught on my resume for certain stuff. It mattered to me, but now I'm looking at it, it's like nobody really cares, right? But me.
It didn't matter to me, but people kept telling me that I should mention it. So
And it's like good conversation piece, right? Like it gives a little bit of insight into like you as a person, because some people, it seems like they require some kind of structure, to facilitate a learning progression. But before we get into that, what turned you into the direction of like technology?
well, it started. I mean, I'm a entrepreneur at heart, and I was doing a bunch of businesses, and I have friends who are, in professional setting, but they also had businesses. And I'm just a big fan of like business, investing, stocks, and things like that. And I just made this decision, like I want to get a job, but like not like, a regular job. Like I want to get something that I respect. I'm in Atlanta with all these professionals, so I want to get something that I could hang my hat on. And I just wanted, more money to kind of push into my businesses. So that's how it started. Then I just went down the rabbit hole. I went to Render like 3 years ago, and I was just going for vibes. And then I was meeting all these black people who are in tech and things like that. So I just went down the rabbit hole, figured out what I wanted to do in tech, and I Googled the salaries, and that was cool. So I said, okay, I'm just, go for engineering. Because it was technical. It was something that, anybody couldn't just do, So that's what I did.
So you mentioned there was a lot of black people in tech, right? Did that do something for you? Like, did that kind of like energize you a little bit more, make it a little bit more attainable? Seeing that, yeah.
It did. But as far as like engineers, like when I went, I didn't really meet too many black engineers. So when I first started, I kind of felt like, I was doing something nobody ever did before in a way. But I started to go to a lot of little different networking events and see, it's a lot of black people who are software engineers, and so that kind of helped me. But I kind of went for it. Well, the conference and the tech people in tech opened me up, but then I chose software engineering because I felt like it was, not the norm or different in terms of, where I come from and places I come from and who I surround myself with, things like that. So, or what I'm used to seeing.
And what made you settle on software engineering instead of, infrastructure or some of the other stuff? Like, cyber is one of the big buzzwords nowadays.
I did that because I was very interested I'm still very interested in building something for myself. And it's like at the foundation of, the top businesses. So, like I said, I'm very big in investing, and, technology is at the top of, the companies in the world. So I felt like software engineering would be a good place for me to really set me up, like in terms of, doing some big things in my future. So I want to build things. But the short answer.
It's dope.
Can we revisit the self-taught piece real quick? Didn't you? Okay, first of all, we know you're a celebrity, right? So, didn't you build like your like a whole thing around like people kind of following your journey?
I mean, I guess so. I didn't really plan for it to be like that. I think, when I was trying to, become a software engineer and I was learning, I was failing so many interviews and it was just so hard that I was like, I gotta like get on LinkedIn because I knew like just from research that LinkedIn was a big piece. So I said I gotta get on LinkedIn and just show that I'm doing something so somebody could see me and give me a job because there's no way I'm gonna pass an interview. So I just kept like putting like every time I would go to a networking event, I would put it out there, and then I just started making videos, and then I got decent with like making reels. So I just kept making reels. I kept doing that, and every now and then I'd show what I was learning. Um, but yeah, that's how it started. Then I met so many people that people were kind of like rooting for me because I was just going to so many networking events. So I guess in a way that's what happened. Yeah.
That's dope. And you just came up with that. Nobody said, "Hey, maybe you should try this." You just like,
It was the only thing that I had really. Like I was like, I'm studying every day. I'm like studying every day, and like I'm doing like I know you say yourself. So you familiar with Leak Code, right?
leak codes.
No.
No.
Leak Code, okay. Leak Code is where you basically practice software engineering interviews or like the problems. And so like it was so hard for me. Like I was like I felt like I should have been farther along than I was, and then I was just failing interviews left and right. So I was like, well, only thing I could hope for is somebody to just see me and give me a job. So I just was putting stuff on LinkedIn.
Are you still in the same? I don't know if you might have said this, but are you still in the same role that you started with? Because you said you've been in this position for a couple months.
Yeah, I'm still in the same role. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, gotcha. Uh, the only reason I asked that because you were mentioning how challenging the interview process was for you. So do you feel like once people saw you, it gave you enough confidence to be like, okay, I can jump into these interviews and also I feel like do better when I'm doing the interviews or
That was the that was my initial thought process, what I was explaining, but eventually the interviews became easier. I mean, I talked to a bunch of engineers who gave me advice, and they basically said you just got to keep failing until until you don't. Like it's a part of it. And so I just kept doing interviews, and then after a while I got the hang of it. I started to understand the patterns. I started to understand how to interview well, and so I finally did well on one and got a job.
can you share what advice you felt like was most pivotal for you when you think about like your interviewing process and how it improved?
I think number one, definitely do a lot of mock interviews. So I utilize this organization called Brilliant Black Minds, where they basically provide unlimited mock interviews for software engineers, and then um, I practice a lot. But the biggest advice, I mean, the best advice is you just keep interviewing, like keep interviewing, and you can't like you can't like put all your eggs in this one interview basket. You gotta just take the good with the bad, keep going, keep going. I know it's easy when you have an interview with a good company that you want to just pass so bad, but you just gotta take them with a grain of salt, keep going.
What are some of the resources, boot camps, any sort of online training that you did that helped you get to a point where you felt proficient?
I use, like I said, leetcode.com, but starting out, I use freecodecamp.org. I use Code Academy. I used Solo Learn. I use those are the main things. Those are the main ones. Code Academy was good for me. I really learned a lot on Code Academy because it was very interactive. And yeah, and then I joined a boot camp, which Hackbright Academy.
But those things you just kind of like Google, you were Googling around, or did you get that from like, somewhere on your network, people telling you like, hey, you should try this like you're telling us right now?
Well, my homie, he told me about Free Code Camp, and then it wasn't really like I didn't really like it wasn't really I wasn't really feeling it. It was cool to start out, but I wanted to get more knowledge and gain more knowledge. So I was Googling around and I found Code Academy, which was more extensive for me. And but yeah, basically just Google around, researching YouTube. YouTube is really good. I learned a lot on YouTube.
Okay, I was gonna say, okay, so you're a couple months in, you're a software engineer. What's your day like now that you're an engineer?
My day is well, I'm 3 days in office. But my in office days are getting to work about 9. Work a little bit. Right now, I'm just working on like changing some software, um, and have a scrum meeting at 11. Lunch at 12, and continue to work. I really like it though. I really love being an engineer because it's just so laid back. Nobody's looking at you and want you to do this, do that. It's really like you you just got control of what you're supposed to do, and you get it done. Um, so it's cool. It's a big learning curve. I'm at a big company with a lot of code and a lot of technology, so it's a big learning curve. But I'm happy.
Are there any specific? I'm sorry. Are there any specific languages that you're working with right now?
We work in Java.
I was kind of like, checking out your LinkedIn on the way over here, trying to, just kind of like gauge, you as a technical person, and you have quite a few languages that you kind of, are versed in, not just Java. I was gonna ask you like, what was your favorite language, or what language? If I were a young hopeful, coming up trying to walk in your footsteps, and I said I wanted to be a software engineer, what language would you refer to me first, and then of the programs that you named, what 3? You can only name 3. What 3 would you give me to go forth and conquer?
Okay, so my favorite would have to be Python because it's easy and it's easy to interview in. But if I tell people, which somebody told me in a minute, to learn Java learn Java first because it spells everything out. You're able to see a lot of what's going on and understand it. And then it makes other languages way easier because Java is more extensive. You got to do more things. You got to basically got to check more boxes. Python is it's real easy. Like they don't require you to do a lot. So I think Java is a good learning start. And it just makes it easier for any other language you want to learn. But I would say to start out Java, Python. The 3 was Java, Python, and I would say AWS for sure, or any cloud, but probably AWS.
Why cloud? I mean, you're a software engineer. Why do you need to know cloud?
It makes you more attractive. Makes you versatile. A lot of companies are asking for, cloud knowledge or cloud on your resume or any type of, cloud that they can kind of pull out of you to make you more versatile, make you more useful.
So even though you're a software developer, you still recommend that people learn some form of infrastructure or platform to supplement that.
Yeah, for sure.
I get that. Yeah, and it makes sense because if you go with a larger company, yeah, you can just put your blinders up and only deal in your space. But if you get with a startup or some kind of like a lean company, they want somebody that knows not only what you know, but you can also work in adjacent areas. So that's some solid advice.
Yeah.
Okay, Torrence. So I'm going to show this episode to my nephew. And my goal for him, because he likes playing video games, my goal for him is to be interested in doing software engineering. So I want you to talk to, my nephew and explain to him why software engineering could be something he's leading into because he's doing gaming and he already enjoys being in front of a computer.
I think the way to get through the kids, what I've seen that works is just to tell them about the money. I mean, because kids really don't. Kids are like every month in Black Boys Code, the kids come because they like computers, they like having fun, they like learning the code, they don't really understand unless they're like real older, like teenagers. They don't really understand you could really make a good life with this. So I tell them, I'm like, one of the workshops, I asked them, what's money to y'all? And one kid was like a minimum wage. And I said, okay. Then another kid was like, 25,000. I said, well, yeah, well, what you're doing right now, you can make a lot more than that. If you, stay with this, stick with this, and just continue on the path you're going. And then, their eyes kind of opened up and, they realized, oh, that's more than my parents, and things like that. And I'm just having fun. So I think that's the way I get through them. I don't know if everybody agrees with that, but I tell them, make a good life for yourself, make some money. It's a good profession to have, and you can use this to, do what you might really want to do, So
I think I agree. I think I agree, and I don't at the same time. And I think it kind of goes to like what you were kind of going into saying, but you didn't really finish it up. It kind of just depends on what appeals to the person, right? You got to find out what motivates the kid. Some kids, they are into like the cool stuff. So if you say, hey, you can make a robot, and have it do whatever, right? Or you can make your own AI. You tell a kid they can make their own AI. Oh, really? How? And then you start building things up. But if it's a situation where they have upbringing, my upbringing was kind of like that, where we went without. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more appealing if you tell me I can change my mom's life so she don't have to cry at night. You know what I mean? So you really have to go into like what motivates that person. But I appreciate that submission. Question I have for you though, right? You talked about kids, and you obviously work with kids, right? What ages are you working with in the program that you're working with?
it's about like 8 to 17.
So that's a pretty that's a wide array right there, right? I'm sure on a higher end of that scale, right? The 17-year-olds and probably a few years down, they're probably more looking at the financial aspect, because they're trying to figure out who they're going to be coming into, right, as adults and stuff like that. And what made you what got you into that program? Because I actually teach at a school for neurodivergent kids on Fridays, and I got a whole story behind that. But what's your story on how you got into mentorship? Because it is mentorship, right?
Well, like it was just like the LinkedIn thing. It was an opportunity for me to learn, and as well as like just be busy, not just sit at the house. It was an opportunity for me to be busy, for me to help. I also kind of had like, I guess, an affinity for it, because I felt like I picked up engineering and technology late, and it's like, man, if I really knew all the opportunities that I could have did, or I could have seized, or if I would have knew about them when I was younger, I feel like I've been further along. So I just kind of wanted to push that forward. And yeah, I just started out just being an instructor, because the old chapter leader DM'd me, because I was making those videos on LinkedIn. So he just DM'd me, he was like, yeah, you want to help out? I said, yeah, sure. And then he stepped down, and then I took over.
I'm kind of curious now. I'm like, I feel like when you're doing mentorship with a lot of kids, there's always that one that you remember being able to get to, right? That in the beginning you're like, he gonna be a hard cookie to crack. So is there someone when you think about your time as a mentor that you're like, this right here, his change or his growth is exactly why I was doing this?
Not as of yet. I mean, I feel like, the type of kids that come and the type of parents that sign up these kids, they already have big interest in it, and they're like way like far advanced than you would expect. So they really they know languages already, and they know about different technologies. So a lot of kids just come in there, want to see what you got for them. So
What would you like to see change in the industry? Like, because, like I said, I do the same thing, and they have a podcast for probably the same reason that you chosen to, go forth and mentor kids on tech, right? We want to see a shift in the industry, because one of the statements that you made at the top of the segment was about how you saw, black people doing engineering and stuff like that. And I hate that, bro. Like, I hate that that's a relevant statement. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm trying to, like, make it so that, yeah, it's okay, yeah. You say that, people are like, oh, You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like that's a big reason why I kind of like sometimes I make it a point to like dress a certain way or like not dress a certain way or look a certain way on purpose, so like people could see like themselves in me. Or I don't want to make it seem like I'm somebody special, but I do that on purpose. Like I wear a t-shirt, I wear a hat. I go to networking events. I don't dress up. Um, so and then when you're an engineer. Oh wow. So like I kind of like that part about it. But yeah, I do that on purpose to make people want to get in there.
So you don't walk around looking like your LinkedIn picture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ain't seen his LinkedIn picture, man, if y'all listen to this, you ain't seen his LinkedIn picture, look him up, bro. That was like, that was clean, what?
He looked like
Ready to go to the boss, huh?
Is he as clean as the Black Willy Wonka?
Better. Yeah, a lot better. Yeah, man. And like, yeah, I'm gonna follow this man to the chocolate factory. Yeah, man. I was like, yeah, it was clean, man. So what's there's a lot going on in Atlanta, man. It's Tampa's jumping pretty nicely with tech. We got a lot of growth in the area. What do you like most about Atlanta? Do you feel you'd have still gotten into like tech had you not been in that space, or in Silicon Valley or something like that?
I'm not sure. I'm like a very ambitious person, so like I don't know. I would have figured out something. I would have did something. I just think it was God was directing my path. But Atlanta's a special place. Like I really initially came here for business, and just it was just so much Black success. So um, seeing Black people in technology, it really did. It really made sense to me. It really wasn't shocking, but it was just like, okay, yeah, this is exactly why I'm here.
You said earlier that you were an entrepreneur. And I mean, when I think about software engineering, I'm like, you're building something, right, that nobody is using right now. So you can try to fill a need that you see in whether it's tech space or just in general. So, an entrepreneur, what are you planning on building now that you have this knowledge for software engineering?
I think it's funny, like when you get the skill, you're like, okay, what do I build now? Like, but I kind of have some things in the works, like mentally, but I don't know if you guys know, but I kind of like built up this email list, just from all the events I was going to, and I just started sending out these events because people kept asking me, and I couldn't just tell people one by one. So I just started an email list, and it's grown pretty big. And so I think I want to, build something for that and branch out to different cities. Right now, it's just focused on Atlanta. But I think I want to build something like that for that, and kind of branch out to different cities and see where I can go with it.
Okay, I don't know about the email list, so tell me, like, what are you using it for? Like, I guess I can't visualize it, so.
I just sent out networking events. Like it's basically for people who like don't really know that they're going on. Like so you subscribe and I send you a list of networking events like every week or every other week, however they come to me. Because a lot of people were looking at me like, you find about these events all the time. How do you find these and stuff like that? And I didn't really have an answer because I was going to so many things that people would send them to me, or I'd find it on LinkedIn, or they were just coming at me so many different ways. So I didn't have a way to say, oh, this is what you do. So I just said, when I get them, you get them. And then so I sent them out, and it's grown pretty big. Well, big to me.
Okay, so now my mind is visualizing. I'm like, okay, now I pick up my app, I look on there, and I see all the tech, all the tech conferences that are upcoming in the next year or next 2 years. Couple of games, couple of videos for like what happened on the last year's conference or something like that. Just being able to.
You're giving me ideas. I mean, something like that. We're still in the works. We're still trying to figure out. But right now I'm just putting one foot in front of the other. But this lady at I was at Afrotech. This lady at Afrotech, she said, you know, don't really get too focused on the product. You solving problems, so just keep solving problems, and then the product will come. So that was good advice for me because I was racking my brain. So what am I gonna do? How am I gonna turn this into? But I'm just keep trying to solve a problem.
Seems
I
like
like.
you being a little modest though. Like somebody got a job from your post, from your mailer, right?
Yeah.
Like how did that make you feel when somebody posted that they got a job from something that you did, like you helped somebody in that way?
And I felt good. I felt like I was on the right track. I mean, that was really the goal, really, to eventually just help people get jobs, and so that was pretty cool. So I'm gonna keep trying to build off that, just keep doing what I'm doing and get those testimonials.
Yeah, that's dope. So, technology is rapidly evolving, although Bertram may disagree. How do you kind of stay current and stay updated?
I really just surf LinkedIn a lot. I mean, that's a way. Uh, Also, I'm trying to getting to really learn AI and ML. I think got to do that because that's where everything's going. And just really learn all like the most important things and the foundational things, like I said, cloud, AI and ML, and Python and Java are like the most used languages right now. So really try to stay proficient in that and learn the different frameworks within those respective languages. Um, and then just continue to be, a willing learner. I think if you if you don't get, complacent or tired or don't feel like you arrived, I think, it'd be easy to stay abreast of what's going on.
I like that.
How are you leveraging AI right now? Like to what, in what way are you getting the most use out of AI right now? Is it like entertainment only, or are you using it to supplement some of your professional things or mentorship activities, or what are you using AI for right now?
I use AI in work. When I hit a bug, I just put the bug in our software. We got an AI software, and I put it in the software, and it tells me what's going on, and I troubleshoot from there. I use it to do my evaluation. It wrote up everything that I said, man, this make me sound like somebody for real. But yeah, I really use it. It's really useful. I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm really cheating, but it's not. It's there to use, so I use it.
Bugs, you got roaches in your code, bro.
That was so corny.
I know.
Oh my god.
In my head, I said, don't do it, but then I had to. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate it, Anthony.
Tiffany, please tell me you have a question. Oh my god.
Goodness. Okay.
Is it really cheating though?
Huh? For me, like I agree. I've already used AI to do one of the same things. I was like, oh.
But do you feel like it's cheating though?
Do I feel like it's cheating?
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's cheating.
Okay.
Like, how can it be? I kind of feel the same way he does. It's a tool that's out there for us to use to be able to access things, right? And realistically, it's tech, so you're learning at the same time, understanding like how to research, being able to ask the right questions. So how can it be cheating when realistically what we're doing already is using Google?
Yeah,
So-
sure. But some people do feel like it's cheating though. Like, I mean, like how do you feel like, what argument you think someone would make, Torrence, that, what you're doing is cheating? Like, what do you think they would be thinking about when they say that?
How I feel, and I feel like some argument someone will make is you put it in ChatGPT or whatever, but you don't know what's going on. You just getting the answer. You didn't know how to figure out the answer. You didn't know, what went wrong, how it went wrong, and how to fix it if it goes wrong and you don't have ChatGPT. So that's why I make sure I figure out all of that when I use it. Like, okay, why did this happen? And how does it not happen again? Things like that. Especially as a software engineer. Now, if you're, on a flower shop, then that's different. But I think for me and myself, it's important for me to know what's going on and why it's going on.
But I was just like observing your answer, because you're saying that it's not cheating in your opinion, and mine too, because you actually understand the underpinnings of what ChatGPT or whatever AI tool is giving you back. You understand the output, right? It's not that you don't understand or don't know what you're getting back. It's just, it's just hard, keeping up with all these concepts, especially if you're sprawled across, doing a lot of different things. But yeah, you using it supplementary instead of just like, hey, I'm gonna put this thing into this box and I'll get something out. I don't know what I'm getting back. I don't even know how to, tell if it's even like valid, right? But yeah.
For me, it relates to kind of is a calculator.
Yeah.
Right. Back in the day, you could put, your timetables into the calculator and it'll give you the answer. Like, you can't take that into a test because you have to be able to show you understand the concepts, you understand like how you even got to that answer. So ChatGPT, for me, I feel like it's kind of the same thing of what he's saying is you have to also still have that motivation to build yourself up, and you can't level yourself up if you're not willing to take the time to, understand the concepts and the basis of the core fundamentals of what you're putting into ChatGPT.
Makes sense.
I feel like too at every conference we've like gone to this year, everyone's straight up said like AI is not going to replace, jobs, but it is going to replace or it's not going to take jobs, but it is going to start to replace people who don't use the actual AI. So I don't know. And I mean, I use AI all the time, but I find that even when I'm using it, I'll take its answer and I'll still go and research on my own because it only, the data only goes back so far. So I personally use it as like inspiration or just like, hey, I can take this and kind of run with it a little bit, but I definitely never take it as like law.
Yeah, I put generic stuff in it and just use it to create scaffolding, and then I use to create whatever code I'm trying to create. Because, I mean, I actually work in platform infrastructure, so I do write some things, but it's just like I don't write enough to where I don't forget enough. I forget things like fairly fast, so it's like for me, instead of me having to go to Google and retrain myself on some concept, all right, well, I kind of know what I need, so let me just kind of like shove some generic stuff in there that's structured in the same way as a solution that I'm trying to derive, and then, all right, well, let me take that and do it. Because I'm really into like security stuff, you know what I mean? Because I've supported DoD most of my career. And so for me to put customer data into like this tool that not a whole lot of people understand as well, at least I don't, I'm kind of wary about that kind of thing anyway, so.
Okay, I guess they want me to ask you another question. Everybody wants me to ask you another question.
You got good questions.
So, for you, I'm gonna use this one first. What do you feel like is next for you?
I think I should really focus on continuing to just learn as much as I can at my job, build my career. I mean, it's funny because I was telling someone I feel like if you want to call it a brand, it's kind of growing faster than my the skill set. So I feel like I really want to just make sure I know what I'm doing and I can speak to it, and I don't feel like just an influencer. So I really want to focus on really just continue to learn, be an asset in my position at the company, and really also continue to build, on the community that I started, and really just keep going from there. I don't really know where that's going, but I'm just gonna keep going.
It's interesting that you said you feel like your brand is growing faster than your skill set. And for me, like knowing how fast a brand can grow from beginning to, wherever you are, what do you feel like would be beneficial for you when it comes to being able to focus more of your attention on your skill set and not losing where your momentum for your brand?
I mean, I just think it's a matter of just doing the work. I mean, the brand is important. I mean, there's a lot of great things that come from having a brand. But you just also gotta, be mindful enough to continue to put in the work at what's most important. It doesn't really doesn't do you any good to have a brand and you really don't know what you're doing or talking about. So, you just gotta, put in the work. That's just it at the end of the day to me.
What do you enjoy most about software engineering?
It's a lot of things really. I think I really have a real.
What do you hate? And also, what do you hate? What do you hate most about it?
What I enjoy most. I enjoy being looked at as like very smart. Even though like people think you're really smarter than you are. I think I like that. Saying that software engineer, people are like, wow. But I'm like, it ain't all that. But I really like that part. I really like just being looked at as a problem solver, and I like solving problems too. It's kind of fun when you get to the end of it. But it's not fun in the middle of it, but it's fun at the end. I like solving problems. Like I said, I like building things. Like really building things. I like looking at a screen, and then you have someone who's not a tech looking at a screen. They be like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I work for this." Like, yeah. But so it's just a lot of things I like. What I don't like the interview process. The interview process is just crazy these days. It's really really hard. Like even for people who've been in the industry like 10 plus 15 years, like even they say the same thing. So. And then, whatever you do in the interview, you don't even do on the job. So it's like, it's crazy. But yeah, I would say the interview process.
What's the craziest thing you had happen in an interview? I done had some crazy stuff. Like, yeah. What you got though? It's like about me.
I haven't had any crazy interviews. I just failed a lot of them. Like, and yeah, I didn't have really crazy ones. It's just us awkwardly looking at each other.
Like, just like we just did. But I can resonate with that, man, because like it's all subjective, and then it's almost like you're trying to like read somebody's mind. Like they ask you a question, and sometimes it's not a great question; it's an ambiguous question, and you're trying to answer it, and then they like, oh, you got the wrong answer. They're alluding that you having the wrong answer, but it's like, well, you didn't answer it. You didn't ask the question in a more direct way. Like, and then they tell you what the answer is. You're like, well, that's kind of what I was saying. Like, you're not here, right? But yeah. I don't think any of us like interviews.
No, you didn't want to do the thing?
What's that?
Lightning.
Oh gosh.
I don't have my
Anthony,
buttons.
we need sounds
Anthony,
or something because
I'll get it.
There was a point to those noises. I'm not just ridiculous.
She got
Oh,
Tourette's,
no.
bro. Like, I'm sorry.
don't do her like
I'm sorry. You know what? If I had known who was right next to me, I wouldn't have shot that shot over there. I'm about to get assassinated.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
man, my life is in danger.
So DEM Tech Folks like to do a thing that I would hope by now he would have said something about it.
I didn't know who was doing it.
It's called DEM Lightning Questions.
Them
or
lightning
something.
questions. It's them lightning lessons.
where
right?
Ebony at? We need
I'm trying
Ebony.
to hurry up.
Everybody already left. So them lightning lessons. Usually there's thunder and lightning and all that stuff. It's amazing, bro. Promise me. I promise you. I promise you. Trust me. So what it entails is it's a segment that we use in our show, and they're using it too, and I'm glad they're using it for a myriad of different reasons. But what it entails is that we give you. Are we up in the time?
No, he gets 30 seconds to pick a topic and 1 minute to talk about it,
Okay.
and then we're gonna buzz him out.
You are tough right now. Like
I'm glad it's not just me.
It's so tough right now. So we'll give you some time to think about a topic that you would give us a 60-second period of instruction on. Right? It don't have to be tech. It could be anything that you can teach really quick. And the basis of this is like if you're in an elevator, you want to teach somebody something real quick. What would you teach them?
Hold on, let me start the timer for you thinking.
So
About what you wanna talk
while
about.
she's starting the timer, whenever you find, whatever topic it is, just announce, whatever topic it is. I'm going to teach how to bake a 60-second pie. And then you just go in it.
All right, I'm starting the 30 seconds for you to think.
Can you bake a pie in 60 seconds?
What?
That's probably a raw pie.
You could probably like heat up a little Debbie cake and call it a pie.
I don't think you could do that at 60. That's stomach problems, I think, for sure. It's hospital visits.
Okay, I got it.
You ready? Okay. I'm going to start the timer now for the 1 minute. And go.
So I'm explaining what I would teach someone how to build their LinkedIn. I would say go on YouTube, search for Danny Thompson and Taylor Dessian. They give a whole masterclass on how to build up your LinkedIn, do everything they say, um, and go to many networking events and post it to make it look like you're doing some stuff. And that's less than 30 seconds right there.
Ding, ding, ding.
Perfect. So usually they let their guests go about 300 minutes.
Hey, man. Look, man. If they cooking, I ain't gonna stop that process, bro. Like, I'm gonna let them cook.
They'll be like, the time has started. And then like 5 minutes will pass. And they're like this.
She hard, man. She wants you to cook in 30 seconds or less, man. It's like cooking sushi, I guess. I don't know.
Well, we're on a time crunch because of Anthony's rates, and we're almost at time. Come on, he cut my mic off. Dang. All right.
There's your sign. There's your sign.
Well, we have to go ahead and wrap up, actually. So this is where I say thank you. Thank you, Torrence. We know that time is currency, so we hope you feel yours is well spent. Like, endless gratitude, truly, for spending your time, your energy. Like, this was great.
Thank you for having me. This is cool, for sure.
And I really appreciate you as well, Torrence, and I appreciate you ladies for having me on. Again, from DEM Tech Folks, DEM as in not THEM, it's DEM, and it stands for Develop Every Mind. So I really appreciate what you're doing, for the community and for the kids. Really big on education and growing the community in this space.
Awesome. All right. Thank you as well from me and to everybody who is listening. First, we're going to ask Torrence, is it okay if people reach out to you with questions? And if so, where would they reach out to you at?
Sure. Could reach out to me at LinkedIn. It's Torrence Evans. My Instagram is Torrence Evans. Everything is Torrence Evans, really. So you can reach out to me on anything you can find me on.
All right. That's perfect. All right, everybody, thank you for coming forward this episode of the Stats on Stats podcast. And guess we'll see you next time.
Stay wavy.
Bye.
And my Cash App is my first and last name.
Is it?
Yes.
Bye, people.
Okay.